is for training purposes in TV news education. Some copyrighted material is used and is credited on screen. However, no more was taken than was necessary to tell the story of the event. YBA claims fair use of material.
Oh, God.
And welcome back to Deal or No Deal NFL GM edition. I have with me Nick Englander, the GM of the Miami Dolphins. Nick, got your players ranked. Let's get right to it. Give us your lucky number. Who are you thinking?
I think I'm in need of a running back because I think Reggie Bush is going to walk on me. So I think I'm going to go with number. Give me number.
Now remember, these numbers don't reflect the actual numbers.
Steven Jackson, I'll say. Number 9.
Okay, that doesn't mean Steven Jackson is in case number 9.
Sorry, but my fault.
All right. So why don't you give us 7 numbers now? 7 numbers to pick from the case.
All right, give me number 2.
Number 2, case number 2, that is Josh Cribbs. You had him ranked pretty low, 28, so that's not bad. You're starting out good.
All right, give me case number 23.
Case number 23, ooh, Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush is gone. That's a tough one for you, but you didn't have him too high. He was in your bottom half, so it's all good. One more.
All right, and give me number 12.
Number 12 was Randy Moss. Okay, you got 4 more.
All right. Give me number 7.
Number 7, Ed Reed. Ooh, that's a tough one. Losing the top 5 early.
Okay.
3 more.
Give me number 15.
Case number 15, James Harrison, linebacker. You're losing some defensive players here. 2 more.
All right, give me number 19.
Number 19, Richard Seymour. More defense falling off the board, and 1 more before you get your offer.
Number 30.
Number 30, Danny Amendola. So another wide receiver falls.
That's one I wanted.
Okay. And dealer, do you have an offer? So you're already out 2 of your top 5, but also 2 of your bottom 5 are out. So it should be an interesting deal. He's going to offer you Peyton Hillis. He's lowballing you here.
No deal.
Don't take that. Don't disgrace yourself like that. Okay, Nick. 6 more cases. You still got your top player on the board, and Jake Long.
All right, give me number 18.
Mike Wallace. So another wide receivers and linebackers right now falling off the board for you.
It's not going well for me right now. I'm going to go with give me number 14.
Dunta Robinson. So some corner help there falls off the board. You didn't have him ranked very high, though. 4 more.
Give me number, I haven't picked many in the 20s. 25.
10, 11,
25 was,
12,
ooh, there
13.
it goes. Jake Long, number 1, your former left tackle.
Ooh, that's
Down your
nice.
top 2. Wes Welker, your only top 5 left. 3 more. Why don't you give me 3 numbers in a row? Let's do this real quick.
All right, give me number 17.
Okay.
Number 29.
Yep.
And number 3.
So Brady Quinn, Quentin Jammer, and Victor Cruz. So you knocked out 29 and Brady Quinn, Quentin Jammer at number 20, and Victor Cruz at number 10. So you got a lot of middle players left. This is interesting. We'll see. The dealer might give you a good offer here. He's going to give you 21, Rashard Mendenhall. Some running back help, could replace Reggie Bush.
He's kind of injury prone.
You do still have 6 through 9 left, and Wes Welker's still sitting there on the board.
I think I'm going to say no deal.
All right, no deal. Why don't you give me 5 numbers now?
All right, give me number 8.
Number 8, Brian Urlacher, the aging linebacker.
Okay. Give me number 30. Give me number 6.
Number 6, Tony Gonzalez.
Okay.
3 more.
This is not awful, but I can do better. Have I said number 8 yet?
Yes, you have.
Okay. Number 23.
Number 23, you already said.
Okay. Number 24.
24, Peyton Hillis.
All right.
And 2 more.
Number FSA 18.
Yeah.
All right. 20.
Number 20, Rashard Mendenhall. Okay. So that offer is no longer on the board now. And 1 more.
Number 27.
27, Adrian Wilson, the safety. So you still have Jamarcus Russell there. You still got Wes Welker. We'll see. Oh, that's a good deal. That's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and I do need some corner help.
So Nick,
I think
deal
I'll take,
or no deal? He's going to take the deal. Aqib Talib at number 18.
I'll keep Talib, actually.
So let's see who you had in your case. That would be case number 9, which would be Jamarcus Russell. Nick, congratulations, you won.
All right.
We'll be right back with the GM of the Cleveland Browns.
problems that the New York Jets had last year was Tim Tebow and what to do with him. And so they are exploring many options to get him out of the team as quickly as possible. And one of the routes that have been mentioned is possibly trading Tim Tebow to the New England Patriots. What are our thoughts?
Here's the one way the Jets get out of the trouble they're in. They go to a team and they say, if you take Tim Tebow and Mark Sanchez off our hands, we will give you Darrelle Revis. That is the only way the Jets can fix what they're doing. They're going to have to trade their players for their own players. They should have never signed Tebow. I've been saying it for a year. It was a publicity stunt. It was a mistake. He can't play football. He was only going to make it worse. You all thought it was going to work. I was still saying it was a mistake.
When did I
Where
ever
are we
say
now?
that was going to work?
Well, did he
Never.
ever get to play? More than like a couple snaps a game in the
Probably
Wildcat?
because he was
Because the
awful.
coaching staff didn't want him.
Because
the
he's
coaching
terrible.
staff did not want him there. The upper management wanted him there to sell tickets. The coaching staff wasn't going to play him. It just created controversy. You know who the Jets' best quarterback is? Greg McElroy. Let that guy play. He knows how to throw a football. Tebow should have never been signed by the Jets. It just increases this whole issue of problems they
Well,
have.
if there was ever a trade that would kind of cause bad blood for like Reeves to the Patriots, this trade, if Tebow would go to the Patriots, wouldn't exactly cause bad blood. I'll just say that. Let's face it, the guy, what he would add to the Patriots would essentially be
A fullback.
A fullback.
a fullback. He wouldn't add anything.
Fullback and a religious attitude. That's really all he can bring to a team.
There's
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
to be honest, his throwing motion is just not right, and he can't throw a football correctly. And to be honest, he was a failure as a Wildcat quarterback anyway. And most quarterbacks have been a failure as a Wildcat quarterback anyway, minus Rodney Brown for about a half a year. So to be honest, this really doesn't seem to be like working for anybody.
If the Patriots acquire Tim Tebow, I think I'm moving, because there is not one single move that could attract more negative publicity
You see, the Patriots...
than acquiring Tim
The
Tebow.
Patriots are smart about this. They use players at other... Tim Tebow's basically a linebacker. If you look at his size and his speed and his strength, he's anything but a quarterback. He's a football player. That's what he is. He's actually a
He's
talented...
built like a tank.
Right, he's a talent. Physically, he's a great football player. He's just that little kid that growing up would not do anything but play quarterback because he wanted to be in charge. And it's time he grows up and understands that if he wants to play football, he's got to play somewhere else, whether it's linebacker, safety, tight end, fullback. I believe there are still uses for the guy, but not at the quarterback position. And if anybody's going to find those obscure uses, it's going to be Belichick.
Yeah.
I just don't want any of the publicity.
Yeah, it's
that
not
Tim Tebow
worth-
brings.
it's not worth the
worth
media
it.
storm.
It's really not. Let some other desperate team deal with it.
The fact that Jacksonville passed on him was a mistake because he would save their franchise. They would get all those old Gators fans who used to root for him. They would turn into the Florida Gators. They'd go back to the SEC, and the Alabama Crimson Tide would join the NFL. It makes perfect sense. But in all reality, he's the only perfect fit for the Jaguars. The Jaguars are the only perfect fit for him.
Let's not always forget, if you're going to make the Florida Gators, you're gotta get Steve Spurrier as your coach, and gotta get guys like Danny Werfel and trade for guys like Percy Harvin to add to your team.
Now,
Get
Adam,
more Gators fans.
if you were offered Jamarcus Russell or Tim Tebow, who would you take?
I would take neither.
No,
Why is that
if
even-
you had to take one bad quarterback in the league, Jamarcus Russell or Tim Tebow, who you take?
I would take Tim Tebow for the sole reason that it is humanly possible to find another use for him. I don't think they can.
Hey, Jamarcus
I
Russell's
think-
300 pounds. He could make a mighty fine defensive tackle. We don't know. I would take Jamarcus Russell because a guy that big, I'd go for size. Honestly, any guy that's 300 plus pounds, you can have him
find
do
a
something.
use.
If you ever find yourself in a situation where you are forced to take either Tim Tebow or Jamarcus Russell, you're losing either
I'm
way.
gonna quit. Yeah,
Jamarcus
I'm gonna
Russell,
quit.
who knows? He could be Janikowski.
I'm not
Big
going to
enough.
let him kick. I'm just going to throw him his. Think about it. If you
Hey,
threw
if
him
you
in,
have enough
if you
momentum
threw him
going
in
through
next to
something, it'll
Wilfork,
go.
if you threw him in next to Wilfork, he's just big enough that you can't run up the middle because there's no room.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran his 40 was somewhat close to what he ran at. It'll be interesting to see. He'll definitely
If
have
he
to go to
actually
another
makes the
league
team.
first. He's not going to come straight back to the
He
NFL.
actually makes it 40 yards.
But
He
a
did make the 40 yards.
Look for a Canadian team, an arena team, possibly the UFL. If he is serious about a comeback, I'm sure he will be able to find a home in some obscure football league. If Roger Clemens can pitch in professional baseball at the age of 47, Jamarcus Russell can find a job somewhere, not necessarily as a quarterback, but he'll find a job somewhere. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know, the guy was talented at one point in his life. He could throw a football pretty well. He just, he got out of shape. It all got in his head. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him.